the Water Valley School District Monthly Board Meeting, sponsored by Bank First of Water Valley.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you this day, Lord, that you bless us with, Lord. Even though it's heat, Lord, you just keep the kids and the elderly and everyone safe, Lord. That in the heat and cold, Lord, you're still with us, Lord. And I ask you, Lord, that we conduct school business today. The board, Lord, they would just seek your guidance, Lord, to look after the best interests of the children, faculty, and staff, Lord, and most importantly, how you would have them lead this district, Lord. And as we get ready to come back to school, Lord, we just ask you, pray for a smooth transition from the summer to school. The kids be eager to learn, Lord, and the teachers eager to teach. And Lord, to let discipline be well. Just be with us, bless us, forgive us with faith. And I ask you all in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Joseph is going to try to call in around 6:30, and then Catherine, of course, is out of state. I need a motion to adopt the agenda. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to the minutes from last month. Starts on page 3. You'll take the time to review those. Any questions? Do I have a motion to accept the minutes for the June 19th and June 23rd? Thank you. And 17th. Thank you, Rodney.
Now second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to financials, 4.1.
Not a whole lot of financial update. Cash on hand, June 30th, in district maintenance, $4,248,335.41. I did give you all the statement of fund balance, but it's not accurate because they still haven't got all the reports in yet. But I gave that to you anyway, and y'all will get a set of audited financial statements as of June 30th. Anyway, still no word on Title II and Title either 4 or 5. 4 and 5. Whether we'll get money in that or not. Like I told you at the budget hearing, it wouldn't. If we don't get that, it's not detrimental. Most of it's supplemental stuff anyway, with PD and the dual credit and supplies for CTE. So, everything, like I said, is good. Auditor will be in, he'll set up. I always try to usually get him to come to the audit end of September, beginning of October. That way it's still fresh on my mind. I can answer questions and try to get the report back to y'all before, December 31st. Because if you don't get the report to March, April, it's kind of hard to adjust anything if we were doing anything wrong. And one other thing, I don't know if Mr. Pitcock is going to address or not, we have to August 15th to approve the budget that we had the hearing on. And their next scheduled board meeting is after August 15th, so we'll have to have a special call board meeting to approve the budget.
I think we mentioned coming in Thursday at lunch.
Yeah, y'all mentioned that.
If we get 3.
Joseph said he was good, I think.
I can't come Thursday at lunch.
Okay.
I'm in Oxford. I could come first thing in the morning, but I couldn't come at lunch. Sorry.
I should do it at 8 o'clock in the morning if you wanted to.
All right.
If y'all need me, but Rodney and I are in Oxford, so
Yeah.
Catherine on my way back.
So we'll do that. Unless we want to put it off to next
I can
week.
do it at 8 if you need me. I don't mind doing that. I'll supposed to be late, but
Like I say, that, the only way on it is approving the budget and approving the tax resolutions to get them to the board of supervisors to,
I could do it Friday at noon. Would you want to put it off a day?
whatever's good for y'all, like I say.
Right, noon's good.
Okay.
Like I say, we got third one, I can do it, if y'all want to do it at 7:30, I'm here at 7:30, whatever, I don't care, y'all just tell me when y'all want to do it.
Let's do it Friday at noon, because I have to be on our bath at 1, so that'll.
All right,
yeah.
that works.
Okay.
And like I say, nothing
This
else.
This Friday at noon, Friday.
That's nothing, yeah, I will, Friday noon,
And then make sure
special board.
Joseph can be there, so we can have 3.
huh?
Make sure Joseph can be there.
Yeah,
If not, we'll push it back.
Well, I can call him.
yeah.
Right, okay.
Like I say, I don't know when Catherine is supposed to be back, like I say, she does say, I think she's gonna be gone all week.
She is.
Like I say, we could push it to next week, but the sooner the better, that way we get the tax resolutions to the board of supervisors, and they can, I know they'll be hollering, wanting to get their budget hearing and everything else done, so it's, but that works for me Friday at noon, if we can get 3 or 4, or, like I say, if I have to, you said you could call in,
Okay.
so we'll just, that'll work.
Friday at noon. works
We'll do
good.
it Friday at noon, and, like I say, that's only 2 things, unless something major comes up that we have to, it'll be the adopting the budget and approving the tax resolutions, that's just in the budget itself, so we can levy the taxes, so we can tell them to levy our taxes, so. That's all I got as far as financial update, getting ready to start school, got everything ordered, don't know if it all came in yet, but I worked July 1, I ordered everything for the new year that I had on my desk. I spent about 8 hours doing nothing but purchase orders, so
Sounds like
spent a
fun.
lot of money, as you'll see in the claims docket here in just a second.
All right, gonna move on to claims docket?
There's 2 claims docket, I've got a payable ones, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them. I had to record them, approve them, and last year, that is the bills that came in from when y'all left, from the last board meeting to June 30th. That TriStar company's at $12,493, we had a compressor go out on the high school gym, and the way that system is one of the worst systems there is, and you can't just replace one, you gotta replace them all,
It's 3 of them, isn't it?
4.
Wow.
The way the system's set up, our local guy can't work on it, so we had to get TriStar. Originally, we had to get somebody out of Memphis, and they got related, so it didn't come, because it's a whole, nobody in Water Valley has the, I don't know.
They made that system for 1 year.
Yeah.
We're making that.
So they self-realized it.
Yeah.
Had issues.
And that was Midtown and Napa and Sardin, we just had kind of open PO, and that school status, it was going off, so we had, that bill came in, TriStar, and then one for football. So, that had to be approved in separate, separately, but I will go ahead and go into the other one, while we're talking about it. Pretty large, but like I say, the very first one is of the $264,000 or $265,000, 185 of it was our insurance that we had. A lot of it's the beginning of the year stuff, or license for like Edmund, Puzzle, Digital Theater, stuff for our Google Workspace, Wonders. I say there's not a lot of claims, they're just, for us. And I did add, I don't know if y'all looked at it beforehand, I added claims number 53-197 through 53-206. Some stuff that came in today from Friday.
Anyone have any questions about the claims docket? I need 2 separate, motions. One, to accept the payables through 6:30.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to the claims docket, I'll need a motion for it also to accept.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor, motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, moving on to 5.1, public comments.
Good, thank you.
No.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you. And I'll see, y'all proud of it?
We don't melt between that.
Thank you.
It ain't getting over yet, I know.
Thank you.
5.2, the fiscal year 26 classified handbook.
Really, the only thing that's changed, in this handbook and the faculty handbook, is the dates. Everything's on there as far as procedures and things like of that nature, so it's kind of the same handbook we redid last year and approved.
So no changes, only the date.
Dates, but it'll be.
That makes it easy for us. Do I have any questions? I don't have any questions.
changes,
So do I have a motion to accept the Water Valley 26 handbook?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Randy, blackout. Got to us.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to 5.3, the 26 faculty handbook.
I had to initially put the wrong cover page on there, it had 24, 25 on the first upload, but we fixed that, 25, 26, it's the same,
No changes at all,
just dates.
just dates. So I have a motion to accept the faculty handbook for the 26 school year.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 5.4, the 25-26 student handbook, starts on page 133. Any changes there besides
Yes,
date?
there's a couple changes,
Okay.
just minor ones, homecoming court. We upped the number of girls that will be able to participate in homecoming. We've done it before, we just had to get it more approved. We're gonna have 1 9th grader, 2 10th grader, 2 10th and 11th graders, and 4 girls in the senior class. So it just makes for a better show when you got more girls that are, able to take part in that. So that's one of the changes. So we added 2 more for homecoming court, 1 more sophomore, 1 more junior. The exemption policy, normally students can be exempt if they have a C average and less than 3 absences, whether those are excused or unexcused for the 9 weeks of the semester. But the reason we did it, we knocked it down to a C, is because during that time we were getting funding based off of ADA instead of average daily membership. So we were trying to pull out all the stops we could to try to get kids there. And with input from the faculty, we really feel that a B is what you really should have to be exempt. The C is kind of knocking it down, and you understand the reason for that. So we're going to bring that back up to where it originally was, to a B, to be able to be exempt from exams. There's added consequences for tardies and vaping on page 55 of the 55 of the handbook. I'm not sure which page it is. It's where it's
188. Oh, wait.
188 in that actual.
Oh, page 55.
So basically for tardies, if you drive yourself to school now,
It's
yeah.
188.
We understand that kids their parents are bringing them to school, there's nothing they can do about being late. If your parents dropping you off late every day, we're still gonna deal with it, but the punishment's gonna be a little bit different. Kids that are coming in habitually late, that are driving themselves, will be subject to potential loss of driving privileges. And a meeting with parents and things like that on tardy number 6. So really trying to combat some of that tardiness, and trying to teach them to be good citizens, because if you show up late for work like that, you don't get all those chances. And so changing that, the vaping policy
Just stricter, trying the first time.
On the bus,
doing
so-
it on the bus.
right. It's a great idea, because one
Yes.
thing that we always struggle with is vaping, and then kind of taking it out of our hands and saying, hey, our policy says they have to be charged if they're vaping on campus. Which, you know, a lot of times sometimes the law enforcement doesn't want to, but we're gonna go ahead and take that step to say, hey, it's just no different than being in possession of tobacco if you're under 18 years old, or possession of alcohol if you're under 21 years old. You know, we're gonna go ahead and charge you in, you know, a minor in possession with that. And so hopefully that, you know, will help us combat this vaping, and it really is becoming, it's got out of hand. So
We
basically,
added
those are
that,
the
we
changes.
added that counseling piece, we partnered with Ole Miss, it's called COPE, Oxford School District uses it, and we have a young man named Cameron, that anytime that they vape, we automatically send that referral, with the parent's permission, of course, and he actually will come here and do counseling with those kids.
And they have to
And we
basically,
saw the success that Oxford School
Right.
District has had with it the last couple of years, and it's all free.
Awesome.
sounds great to me. Anything we can do,
Yeah.
you know, it's getting to be a huge issue, and we're, you know, I'm glad to see that they did this. I mean, I didn't recommend them do this. They came up with it and, are working on, you know, trying to fix it. So I'm all for it.
Any other changes or updates?
Just those minor code of conduct changes.
Do I have any other questions? So I need a motion to accept the 25-26 student handbook.
So moved.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to 5.5, the athletic handbook for 25-26 school year.
It's kind of hard to see. He scanned it in, but we do have a digital copy of it that will get to all the student athletes and their parents. But this is kind of just guidelines for MHSAA, academic rules for participation, things of that nature. And at the very end, just says they have to sign it before they start participating in their sport when school starts. And what we'll do, like I said before, is we'll have their homeroom, like I call it, their homeroom sport, do it from the very beginning. So if you know you start off playing football and you play basketball and you play baseball, your football coach will be responsible for signing it.
So they only signed it once, but the parent is also signing.
Right. And they have to have it participate. They have to have a signed copy of it.
So no changes to it, just,
Basically, everything in there is was the guidelines from MHSAA, you know, as far as concussion information, things of that nature.
okay, I don't have any questions. Do I have any questions? All right, so do I have a motion to accept the 25-26 athletic handbook?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thank y'all. So all in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to 5.6, the 25-26 dropout prevention plan.
This is something we're required to do every year, and Ms. Lipsy put together her team, as she usually does, to put this plan together and have several meetings with our goals and initiatives and things like that. We do a really good job with graduation rate and dropout rate. Our dropout rate was one of the lowest in the state last year. Some of the things that we do, as far as we're really good about getting kids and mapping them out through the second grade all the way till they graduate, and finding ways if they're missing credits here and there to remediate them. Some of the changes that have been added in there, we added a program called Edmentum, which is an online program, and it has the entire course catalog for the Mississippi Department of Education for our kids in grades 8 through 12, where they can catch up if they need to catch up, and we do a really good job of that. Mainly all the changes are data from year to year. The strategies that we have are still, you know, still remain the same.
I don't have any questions on the prevention plan, the dropout. Gentlemen, do y'all? So I need a motion to accept the dropout prevention plan.
So moved.
I second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to the 25-26 English Learners Plan.
This is just a plan that we're required to have, like the Department of Education. It is important though, even though we don't have a subgroup of English language learners, which means that those students whose home language is not English will have a few sprinkled here and there, but it's something that's required, and it's kind of a plan that we get. It's kind of a plug and play plan. You get it from MDE, and you just put your numbers in there, and you know, all the data that pertains to you. So it's something that we have to turn in every year. We do provide EL services to our students who are in need at both campuses, tutoring and things of that nature.
So that was my question. All the numbers have been changed, the enrollment, things like that. Do you have any questions? Do I have a motion to accept the 25-26 English Learners Plan?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 5.8, 25-26 Homeless Children and Youth Policy and Procedures.
This is another plan that's required by the federal government and Mississippi Department of Education. We do work closely with children from the village and foster children and things like that. So this is kind of just our guiding document as far as what we do for the McKinney-Vento Act, for our homeless students, for foster care students, and things of that nature. Just a procedure for enrolling them, for communicating with their foster parents, who has access to them, and all those things.
Any questions? Any other comments? Do I have a motion to accept the 25-26 Homeless Children and Youth Policy and Procedures?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to 5.9, 2025-26 Children in Foster Care Plan and Procedures.
Now, I said foster care for the first one. This one is specifically dealing with children in foster care in the village, and places like that. But it's the same thing: enrollment, communication, access to records, withdrawal, things of that nature.
Any more discussion or questions? Do I have a motion to accept the 25-26 Children in Foster Care Plan and Procedures?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to 5.10, all about literacy, writing, training, and support, quote, Water Valley School District.
This is a writing training program all about literacy that Ms. Lipsy set up for us with a reputable instructor. I think she worked for MD and things like that. It was basically to come in and teach our teachers at the beginning of the school year, particularly at the elementary school, how to teach writing. Because the writing of the test is like 10, 12 points, and really we consider that low-hanging fruit. Because if they get in there and there's writing is a component of the entire curriculum, whether in science, whether in social studies, there's a writing component. And we found out that a lot of our teachers, especially our elementary teachers, really don't know how to teach writing. So we want to go ahead and front load that instruction for them and give them the resources they need to be successful teaching our kids how to write. Because it's important skill. You got to do it on the test. So we're going to have them come in at the beginning of the school year. How many days did you get?
In all, we're doing 5,
Okay, 5 days, which I think is a good number.
but it's throughout the 9 weeks.
Right. It won't all be at once, so it'll be, it'll be spaced out. We don't want to make them come on weekends or, after school. We want it to be job and better professional development. So one day that, we figure out a day and plan what they need.
She'll be coming in and doing model.
PD, okay, she's
She'll
the
be
modeling.
it'll be embedded, but she'll be coming in doing modeling lessons, meeting with them, doing that PLC.
Gotcha, so she's gonna show them how to do it,
Yes,
and then she's gonna watch them do it,
yes.
and then they're gonna do it on their own,
Yes.
so.
And she's gonna work with them with, you know, how to grade it and just kind of do the whole process, but it in steps, so it won't become overwhelming.
I think that's great.
It is good.
So 5 days, so 1,200 per day, so 6,000 total. I think that's great. Any other questions?
Just have to approve that.
Do I have a motion, motion to accept the quote for the All About Literacy?
So moved.
I'll second.
In a second. All in favor of the motion by saying aye. Any opposed? 5.11, School Board Policies, July 2025. Ms. Lipsy, would you like to join us?
Well, first of all, what I wanted to say about these policies is a lot of them, you know how when you get a new system, some of your stuff don't switch over, and I think this is what happened. But I want to make sure we have everything clear and it's going through our school board, so if I delete anything, we got evidence that we did have a school board meeting about it. Cause some of them, it looks like as if we discussed it, but for some reason it didn't get deleted or something, but anyway. The first one is just that Booster Club enhancing employee salaries. That was in our work in progress. That showed up in what they call the work in progress as like a new school board policy. So I checked our policy, so I did not see it anywhere. So is this one we want to go ahead and adopt, or?
I think it's state law now,
Okay, I
that
think
booster
so.
clubs cannot supplement salaries.
Okay.
I think it's fairly new.
Alright, this one is a fairly new one also because we have the GBN policy which deals with our employment procedures, but this right here is more like the rules of the procedures. So this is a new policy that they,
So it's not replacing one, it is 100% new.
yeah, it's 100% new. And I think it is an add-on to that GBN. It's more like, how do you go about it?
GBNR.
Yeah. The next one, that IAC, for some reason, I thought we had deleted that. I could not find it in my notes anywhere, but it was about the virtual learning days.
We did.
So what now?
That was deleted.
I thought it was deleted, but it showed up. But then I got to reading about our students with disabilities. Do we need to keep anything for that, or do we still just need to leave it deleted?
I think we'll leave it deleted because we service those students with disabilities at home. A teacher actually goes to the house if we have anybody that's at home.
All right, so I'm gonna put deleted on that one. This one was another one that showed up. It was a student purchase of district issued technology. And we do not have a printed policy of this, but basically it's just saying that I guess you can sell your old stuff to the students. And everyone you all want.
What do you mean old stuff?
Like your old computers, like the computers that are,
We normally just delete them.
So you can sell them for $1 to $75, or what's the difference? I see $75 for the cost of a district issued computer.
before graduation or official document of acceptance received 2-year college. I think those, if they're accepted into a college, students meet requirements, like you cannot, and if they can verify that they was accepted into a college, we can sell it to them for $1. If they did not get accepted into a college and they can't prove it, it's $75.
Okay. That makes more sense.
So.
Maybe one to look at,
Keep it deleted, or what y'all wanna do.
Can we table that?
Yeah, I mean, all of them gonna be tabled, but that's one we can really come back to.
Let's look at that.
Come back.
Okay.
Yeah, you might be able to, we throw away, get rid
that showed up in the system, and this is a hunter safety course. I don't even think we offer that.
We don't.
So that may be one we just need to delete.
It's not required by the state, I know, to have, it's good, but we just don't have the manpower to do it. How do you think of a teacher spot doing that?
The next one is the library media materials. I did not see this one in our, I did not see this one in our original list of policies. That was one. Is this another one you all would like to table or look
I
at?
say table it, but I really, I'm like you, I thought we had that.
We do have a policy for,
Right. But
Did you see it?
we did have a policy for withdrawing materials and things like that. at
But
one
we're
time.
not.
For like getting rid of books and things at one time. But like you said, when they switched over to the new system, probably.
And like I said, it could have just been, you know how sometimes you think you deleted something and it'll show up. That's kind of like whenever they changed over our book inventory. You know, a lot of stuff showed up and stuff didn't show up. You know, like, okay, what happened to this? So I'm gonna put on this one table for further discussion. I'm gonna do it at the next meeting. And this was another one, a vocational career technical education, and I thought that looked like something, well, that is a new one. This is, they originally, and when it says original adopted, I'm thinking this is MSBA. Because whenever I looked in our system, I didn't see some of these. And so what may have happened is since they were already adopted in their system, they came over to see, they kind of floated in our system to see why we don't have them, I
They
guess.
adopted that in 2016.
Huh?
This was originally adopted in 2016.
Yeah, so,
So keep it.
I was
We
gonna
do.
say, I would think we would need that.
Yeah, we do. And we do all of that.
okay, extended learning opportunities. That was also, it looked like it was adopted in,
21.
21.
So we do that with in our internships and stuff with like health science, work study and all that.
It does, and then I'm wondering, you know, right now, right now, they're getting ready to, MDE, you know how they're changing the graduation information? I forgot what they call it, but they're giving the kids the opportunity to, I don't know, take classes, or they're gonna have to take something in order, like if they can't pass that state test now. Yeah,
It's
bridge to
to-
career,
Bridge to,
yeah.
what's it called, bridge to,
Career.
bridge to
Yeah.
career.
I got
And we do have a student coming in that we're planning on doing
Yes.
something like that with next year. And, kind of as an incentive for him to come back, because he can still, even though he didn't graduate with this cohort this year, he can still come back and graduate. He'll be a completer, he won't count against our dropout rate, and he'll get a high school diploma. But if we could do something, and we can, where we bring him back and pay him, because he wants to be an electrician. And so all he needs to do is pass one state test. So we bring him back, enroll him in career and college readiness, and have him work with our maintenance guy, make $12 an hour, as long as he goes to class in the mornings, and then work studies in the afternoon. So it's kind of what that is.
That's interesting.
More money he's gonna make working at Sonic,
Yeah.
without a high school diploma, so if we can get him in here and get him graduated.
So I think that's what this is talking, this is kind of geared toward that, we're keeping it. this is a new policy, this diversity, equity, and inclusion. The only thing that I have to ask you all, this one has to be, I think we have to adopt this one within the next 90 days or something like
The
that.
Supreme Court just put a halt on it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that one of the issues in here that came up and, was, huh?
They didn't put a halt on it because I think it had blocked, the state legislature had blocked instruction in class, and I think the Mississippi State Supreme Court came in and halted their ruling, so we may have to do it within the next 90 days, depends. I know it's under litigation right now.
Okay. Anyway, in here it mentions that, you know how usually if someone wants to file a complaint, they go through the different steps, the different steps of authority. But this one, they come directly to the school board. It does not go through the chain of commands. So one of the things, it tells you to either file it with your, I think it says board clerk. So when I had talked to Randy about it, I guess he has considered you all board clerk, but whenever I was listening to Jim Keith, when he was talking about it, he was talking about your secretary of your school board. So, but in here it says board clerk. So you all would have to define who would be the person that they would file the complaint with. You want to file them with Randy, and then I think if you read through this policy, it only gives you all 30 days to make a decision based on it.
You table out, look at it, I think we got a little time on it, as far as what, see what the courts do.
So those are the new ones. Okay, on the update, on this board policy here, what they added was section number 4. Because we did not originally have it in our policy. I mean, number 4, it says the board shall review the draft copy of the policy at the subsequent board meeting, and is approved the majority vote, all direct the superintendent to disseminate the drafted policy throughout all school campuses. That usually didn't happen, but that's what it said will happen now. And then the other part of it, I think the change was in number 5, where it says the policy, that's in like the 3rd line, where it says the 2nd line, it starts, the policy shall then be recorded in the minutes. It didn't say it in the previous one, in the previous school board policy. But that's the section that's added.
So all these have previously been discussed.
All of these will be tabled until next. These are
Updated policies,
Okay.
updated right now, gotcha.
In other words, we've got these policies.
Gotcha.
They're just being updated. These are some things that came out, some of it through MSBA. The second policy, that CNA, and I thought it had a green section, but you all just probably highlighted, it's number 15 and 16. And basically what it is just saying is that for the exempt records, that your school district test security plan is part of one of those exempt records that they don't have to get a copy of. And records which contains client information concerning development projects. I don't know what that is, but I guess if anybody's on a special assignment or whatever, you don't have to provide that information basically to them. That's what that one is. This JCA, it deals with student conduct, and what it added is the section about artificial intelligence on page 3. And it's that whole section 1 through 8 about artificial intelligence that was added. And then on page 5 of that same policy, it has the SOS program, and I couldn't remember if we had deleted that or we kept it. And that would be one you'll need to let me know.
I'm not familiar with that.
I'm not either, I don't remember that one.
Alright. And then the next one is transfer and withdrawal students. This has to do with active duty students whose parents are in military. And basically what they did is they went back and they defined what active duty was. And one of the other issues that this policy still it may change too, because whenever I was listening to Jim Keefe talk about this particular policy, he said the photocopy of one of the requirements is that it asks the Department of Defense for the photo identification of those people, and they were saying they think that's against federal law, violation of federal law for them to photocopy.
You can't, not everybody can have that.
Huh?
Not everybody can get a copy of their
Yeah.
military ID.
So that was what they were saying, that's probably an issue that they've got to figure out how to fix
I
that.
think the coast school was running into a lot bigger issue with this than we did, with the military installations being there and people coming on TDY for 6 months and bring your family with you, and your family travels with you, and the kids gotta go to school somewhere, even though your duty station's in Alabama, we don't really have that problem, but you never know.
This next one is our wellness policy. This one has to be tabled because what I was waiting on for us to get our everything approved so we can get with the wellness team and update it. That's what it has. It has to go through go through some updates with your nurses and
The committee we have.
your PE teachers and your food nutrition. So we'll go through this, but I want to go ahead on and bring it in and we can fix it when we get ready to actually adopt it. But it'll be ready whenever we get ready to adopt it. And another one is the gift that keeps flagging for some reason. We just adopted this policy. But I will get with Ms. Bain and Dr. Franklin to make sure that what we have in our policy is aligned with what they have. So that is another one that keeps flagging. This promotion and retention policy, this was a policy that came up that was discussed about, and I don't know if it's in our handbook or not. This is one of those policies that we discussed about the promotion with the different requirements for each grade, like in kindergarten, your grades 1 through 4, 5 through 7. But then the state just has this broke down, just very simple. So I don't know if we want to revert to that policy or go back and look at our other one, because I think it was something that came up that may have been a discrepancy in that policy with what was in our handbook.
Yeah, I need to look at that.
It is short. Let's compare it and see what the difference is.
Okay, and that is all of them in a nutshell. Yeah. And so you all can table this and they'll come back before the next,
Thank you.
Is the policy committee still meeting?
and that's another thing, we gotta get one together for whenever school starts. But it will, I'm sure.
2 kids we had last year, Drake and
William was in.
Megan graduated. She'll be a senior this year. They probably won't do it again. They were both really good.
So that's what we're waiting on, the staff to get in place and the students to be selected.
All right.
All right, so we're tabling 511. The next board meeting, 512, Rollins and Summerall Education Group.
This is just giving us permission to go and seek bids for our E-rate. E-rate's a federal program that allows you to purchase anything related, basically now related to technology at a reduced rate. So it's just giving us a 5-year, basically, permission to go and, start looking for things through E-rate. You have to get it reapproved every year. So just reapprove our E-rate so we keep getting that discount.
I'm sorry, Joseph called me. You want me to call him back? Has he called
He
you?
just texted me.
Okay, sorry, I just now looked at my phone.
He said he can call in now if he needs to, or he can call in now.
Whatever you want.
That's fine. You can call.
You want me to call him?
I got it.
Okay. I'm sorry. Anything else you want to add to that, or?
No, it's just something we need to approve. We want to keep getting, being able to procure reduced price technology. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Are y'all all in favor of acceptance of keeping it?
I would say yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll need a motion to accept
So
it.
moved.
Second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye. Any opposed? 5.13 CN procurement plan.
This is just a plan we have to have through federal government, through MDE. It's how we get our food. And it's basically just by the guidelines provided us by the USDA.
I'm not gonna argue with USDA. Any questions? So we need to make a motion to accept the CN procurement plan.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second.
Second.
All in favor of the motion by saying aye. Any opposed? Moving on to 5.14 CN bid protest.
This is just the child nutrition bid protest. So it's just the policies that we will follow if somebody, we have put a bid out for food and somebody protests our bid. If we go with one company over the other, which we usually almost always go with the lowest bidder.
Good with that? Y'all have any questions? Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Have a second. All in favor of the motion by saying aye. Any opposed? Moving to number 6, board members report. It's been quiet last.
Yeah, summertime.
Let's get ready to start.
Superintendent's report.
Don't have a whole lot. We did start, band did start their camp this week, today, real hot out there, but they did a real good job making sure that we had a lot of donations of water and things like that from the community, so that's great.
That's all week long, or?
It'll be the whole week, yep. He runs them through there, gets them out there, he does a really good job, so, they're in the middle of that right now. We do have new teacher orientation at both campuses tomorrow. We'll put out PD schedule, everything this week, and we'll welcome our teachers back Monday of next week. It's all over with but the crying.
That's what they said, it flew by.
Yes, we did. It's the fastest summer I've ever had. Seems like the fastest summer. But that's all I got.
And the
Ready
kids
to
will
get
start
started.
back next
Friday.
Friday,
Mhm.
August 1st.
August 1st, yeah.
I need a motion to go into executive session for consideration of recommendations.
So moved.
The Water Valley School District Monthly Board Meeting, sponsored by Bank First of Water Valley.
You may have heard of us, but you might not know Bank First is a community bank that has no-fee ATM access, interest, and perks earning checking accounts, with online and mobile banking, mortgages for every stage of life, and modern business banking for businesses, small and big. We keep it all together to put you first. Do you bank with us? You should.